walking with the ghost.
Good morning, lovely boys and girls. It's Miss Sachelle, and if you remember this room, then you can already tell that we are going to be reading another story. But this time, this story is called The Day You Begin. And if you watched the other video, then you can already tell the question that I'm going to ask you today. What do you think the story is going to be about? Any guesses? Whoa! What? Wow! I felt it in my heart that someone got it right because I feel that someone knew the answer. So, this is the day you begin. So, grab a snack, grab a juice box, a Capri Sun, and let's dive into the story. Are you ready? Let's go. The day you begin. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Rigoberto, from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller, when the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer?" Tell the class your story. "We went to France," Chayla says. These shells came from a beach in Maine. A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile. They look like they'll turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina. Each souvenir a small triumph of a journey. Their travels going on and on. And as you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb. And your days spent at home, caring for your little sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you so hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you read. You kept on reading long after she had fallen to sleep. And in that room, where no one else is quite like you, you look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your own friend Naja will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far, the game isn't one you can really ever play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister. you tell the class. Your voice stronger than it was a minute ago. Reading books and telling stories. And even though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, in a room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens up itself a little wider to make some space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. So, boys and girls, the day you begin. She was talking about a time where her stories weren't like anybody else's. Her story wasn't as exciting as somebody else's. Have you ever been jealous of somebody who may have had just a little bit more fun than you did? Whether it was in the summer, in the winter, maybe you had a friend who went to New York and played in the snow, or another friend who went to Maine and had fun in the water splashing in the ocean. Have you ever felt left behind because someone else had more fun than you did? I want you to know and understand today that just because you are not living the way somebody else is doesn't mean your life isn't exciting. Your life is fun as soon as you open up your mouth and share your story. As soon as you open up your mouth and share your story, you may have done something that maybe somebody else hadn't, or maybe someone else wished that they did. This is the day you begin to share your story, to share your travels, to share what you've done in this time. So, I have a little pop quiz for you guys. There was a boy named Jonathan in the story. He went to a beach in Maine. He brought to class a jar of what? I want you guys to take the time and really think about what it is that he brought to his classroom. I'll give you a hint. He said it was so fragile that it could seem like it could turn into dust. What do you think it is? You are right and you are correct. He brought to class a jar of shells. Tiny shells. So he could fit it in his hand and it felt so tiny, so little, that it could turn into dust. Have you ever been somewhere, traveled somewhere, that all you wanted to do is take a souvenir and just put it in a jar and keep it forever? This is the day you begin. Begin to share your story because we all want to hear it. We all want to know what you have done in this time and even in summer break. I know a lot of things are happening.